All right, so we are recording and we're gonna go live in just a sec. So Austin, you are currently unmuted.
Cool.
And all right. All right, it looks like we're live. So, hi everyone, Christina again with the Laurie Dau Team here. We have a special guest, Austin Kim, today joining us. He's actually Amanda's brother. He is a head coach with OrangeTheory Fitness in Doylestown, and today he's going to talk to us a little bit about some at-home fitness stuff that we can be doing. He's going to talk about OrangeTheory. So, Austin, welcome. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about OrangeTheory Fitness and your background and kind of what got you into fitness?
Hey everybody, again, my name's Austin. Thanks Christina, and thanks Laurie and everybody for having me today. So OrangeTheory Fitness, as Christina said, I am the head coach at the Doylestown location, and the OrangeTheory is a fitness brand, but each individual location is franchised and owned. So I've been at this location since we opened, actually, in November of 2014. So I've been there since we opened. I actually started at the Willow Grove studio as a sales associate, just working behind the desk. And then once the Doylestown location opened up, I applied to be a coach. And then after a couple of years, I was promoted to the head coach position. So OrangeTheory is a fitness boutique studio. We're not like a commercial gym or anything. So we strictly run fitness classes. They are 1 hour in duration, and the workouts are based off 60 minutes. They are scientifically backed heart rate based interval training. So each person is set up with a heart rate monitor. This is a way for us to kind of monitor our results in real time, not only for the member or the participant to see their results in real time, but also for me or whoever is leading the instructing the workout to kind of guide everyone along and make sure that we're coaching you in proper heart rate zones to get the most out of your 1 hour workout. We cover cardio-based training and strength-based training. So we use intervals with treadmills, and we have water rowing, actually. And then we have a variety of equipment in the weight side of the room, ranging from TRX straps to medicine balls, free weights, benches. And the workouts are different every day. And that's one of the big things that people really love about our workouts, is that they're never really getting bored of it. You go into it knowing those basic facts in terms of, I'm going to be here for 1 hour. I'm going to get the best possible workout I can within this 1 hour, and then I'm going to get out. And you know you're going to be getting those key aspects led by an instructor, upbeat music, high energy. Even though it's a group instructing environment, we try to give as much one-on-one personal attention as we can. And that's pretty much what OrangeTheory is. And again, the workouts are different every day. So a lot of times people may sometimes get stale, or they kind of get bored with their routine. So we're constantly trying to change it up to keep it interesting for everybody and to keep their bodies moving.
Cool, very cool. Yeah, I've heard your workouts are really tough. I've never personally done OrangeTheory, but if anyone watching on Facebook has done an OrangeTheory class, let us know. So that's some great background. So tell us how you've been adapting your workouts at home now that obviously we can't go to the gym right now. How are you staying fit?
It's definitely been a challenge, as I'm sure it's been for everybody that is going through the things that we are given certain circumstances. But that's actually also it's also actually a good thing in that sense, where you're not the only one, or everyone at home is not the only one going through these things. So what OrangeTheory has done, and a lot of other fitness studios have done, gyms. I see Edge Fitness, Peloton. A lot of people have Pelotons, things like that. Since everyone is going through the same situation, there's a lot more resources online for people to, find a yoga workout or find a Peloton workout, OrangeTheory workout. Even though we're not in the fitness studio itself, we try to adapt our workouts, keeping those things in mind in terms of what do people have available at home. And so there's an assortment of resources online that people can look through and that are free. The OrangeTheory workouts that I coach a couple times per week on Zoom, they're always free and available to everybody. So even though the circumstances aren't the greatest in terms of, we're not able to go to our typical gyms, everyone is in the same boat. And in that sense, there's a lot more resources available. So for me, I sometimes participate in those OrangeTheory workouts if I'm not leading them. And then I also have just a variety of equipment myself that I'm fortunate to have, just a couple free weights. I know Laurie talked about she has resistance bands. That's something that I'm looking to kind of get a hold of myself. Obviously, everything's a little bit in higher demand, and shipping might take a little bit longer. But again, we don't know how long we're going to be here for. But even simple objects, like getting a backpack, or getting a bag, and filling it with books. There's a variety of things that people are able to use just with the backpack filled with books as a resource. Giving yourself a total body workout. And again, you can find those workouts. You don't have to go into it thinking, what am I going to do today? Again, the same way we provide OrangeTheory workouts on a typical basis in the studio. We don't want you to come in to our studio thinking that you have to think about what you're going to do. We just kind of tell you what to do. And those resources that are available online, there's ample amount of websites and, fitness gyms and locations that are making classes online available, things like that. So you don't have to think about what you're doing.
Okay. Actually, I have your Zoom schedule that I'll share here with our viewers. So tell us about this. This is, these classes are for OrangeTheory members only, or they're for everyone?
They're for everybody, which is really, really great.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we have we have an ample amount of classes Monday through Friday. On Saturdays, we only offer a couple, but based on demand, we're looking to add a little bit more, especially on those weekends. This past weekend, I had a great attendance with my Zoom workout, which I'm super grateful for. But we try to offer similar times to, what OrangeTheories typically offer. You have the people that are still working. We obviously have to keep that in mind. So we try to offer some earlier classes Monday through Friday. We have the late morning classes. Some people like to sleep in a little bit. And then we have the classes available for people that might want to participate in our workouts after work. The workouts are different every day. We're trying to keep up with that same concept. And each day prior to the workout, on my social media, anything like that, we try to post equipment that you may need. So we might say you need a chair, or you need 2 objects that are deemed lightweight, or you need 1 object that's deemed heavier weight or medium weight, again, like that backpack. So we don't say like you need a dumbbell or you need this specific piece of equipment, because again, we're trying to keep in mind what people have available in their homes. So our workouts can range anywhere from about 40 minutes to an hour. We try to still cover those same concepts in terms of a little bit of cardio-based training, a little bit of strength training, overall total body workout within the confines of our home. But I only teach 2 times per week right now. I teach 9 a.m. on Wednesdays, and I teach 10 a.m. on Sundays. And we also what we did is we gathered coaches from a variety of studios, and you can see the studios. It's not just Doylestown, ranging from Springfield all the way over to Glen Mills, Langhorne, even in Center City. So we could try to open and expose ourselves to a lot more people over our certain region of Pennsylvania, just so we can have be an outlet for people to kind of go towards us to keep themselves as active as they can at home.
Yeah, that's great. This is awesome. So people, they have the Zoom password and the ID right here, so they can just hop on for a call and do the workout. So that's really great that you guys are offering that to the public. I might have to try one of those classes. So
You should. Depending on your work schedule, you can find me on Wednesdays or Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really popular. I was on Austin's call on Sunday, and we didn't even realize that they had a 100-person limit. So he actually maxed out his class, and he had a couple of people messaging him that they couldn't get onto the class. So if you are joining, make sure you hop on the call before they actually start, because they fill up. So
Wow. Yeah, good to know. So if there's anyone on Facebook who has questions, let us know in the comments. We can ask Austin here directly. Let's see, what else?
I got a question.
Yeah, Lisa.
Hi. Hey, Austin, I see you sipping a cocktail of some sort. I'm not sure if it's a margarita or a pina colada. What is that you're drinking?
I'm just trying to relax a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a smoothie. So what I did is I just it's a way for me to kind of get my fruits in. I'll be honest, I struggle to kind of eat fruit on a daily basis. So I just have some frozen berries, a little bit of Greek yogurt, and some protein powder and some milk, and I just kind of blend that all. It's a way for me to it's an easier way for me to get some of my micronutrients and my fruits in on a daily basis. So no alcohol in there, though, I promise.
Austin, do you see some of the members from your typical classes jumping on these Zoom meetings with you?
Oh, yes. Yeah. They are majority, I would say, of the attendance on my Zoom calls, which I'm super, super grateful for. That's part of why I wanted to be participating in these Zoom workouts, just because I miss seeing everybody. Obviously, given the certain circumstances, and we don't know how long this is all going to last. It's good to kind of keep those connections. You can always interact with people on Facebook and social media and things like that. But as close to a face-to-face interaction as I can, it's good to kind of keep in touch with those members. And I'm also grateful for seeing every, members from other studios, or even some of my members are bringing their friends with them. So again, it's free to everybody. So I've had the opportunity to meet some people, even from out of state. A little bit of Massachusetts. I had one that I interact with over Instagram sometimes, and she, hopped on 6 a.m. in California for one of my Wednesday morning workouts. So it's super, super cool to kind of interact with everybody from not only the Doylestown studio, but studios around the Pennsylvania region and also out of state. And again, members and non-members, I'm always super grateful for everybody that's on these Zoom calls.
Austin, I have a question about frequency. So if these classes are a solid hour, do most people that join OrangeTheory, because I've never been a member, do they come every day? Do they switch it up, or how does that work?
So it always depends. A typical OrangeTheory membership is we have a variety of options, and it's always a month-to-month basis. So we don't ever have a membership where it's, you're locked in for a year, you're locked in for 2 years, things like that. We want people to be able to feel like they're coming in, they're enjoying our workouts, but they don't have that mentality where, I'm going to have to stay here or I'm locked into this. So it depends on what their current routine is. So what we have is, whenever I have a first-time guest within my workout, we always try to run them through it, get them through their first workout. And then based off their exercise history or what they have going on, and time-wise or schedule-wise based on their life, I'll often give a recommendation, or we call it a prescription, just kind of like a doctorate, because this is all for our overall health and fitness and wellness. So I would give a prescription based on are they doing things already on their own? Are they running outside numerous times a week? Are they doing CrossFit? Are they doing yoga? What are their interests? So we can have anyone coming in from 1 time a week to as many as 5 or 6 times a week, depending on what their preference is. I'll never recommend that anyone really takes our workout 7 times a week or in general. I always think that 6 days max is always a good option for anyone that's super hardcore into fitness. Even as much as I try to stay in shape, I enjoy my days of, not having to work out or anything like that. So based on what people are doing, coming into us or coming towards us, we'll give a prescription or recommendation. So it's not saying, you know, you have to come here X amount of times a week. We always try to cater those recommendations and prescriptions based off your interests and your priorities.
Gotcha.
So I have a question about modifying workouts. So, you know, since these are group workouts, and say someone has, you know, some sort of injury, are they still able to do the class? Do you help like modify the classes for them? How does that work?
Mm-hmm. So in our studios, we always provide options. So we cover all fitness levels, and that's one of the benefits of our heart rate monitor system as well. So each person has the capability of acquiring their own personalized heart rate based off their history of workouts within OrangeTheory. And so let's say that you have Christina and Laurie, you know, they're running or they're on a treadmill together next to each other. It kind of diminishes or helps diminish that competitive aspect in our workouts, because you are able to see, and I'm able to see, that maybe Laurie runs a certain speed to achieve a certain heart rate, the same as Christina does, but maybe Christina needs to run faster. So all our workouts, we're never saying you need to run this specific speed or you need to walk this certain incline. We always use lingo where we are guiding everyone to their own personal heart rate zones. And even with our floor exercises, we always offer options. So we're not saying we have to do it this way. Each exercise is always demonstrated by the coach within each workout, and each exercise is always provided with an option. So we have a variety of orthopedic issues within our workouts. I have a lot of women who are pregnant. I'm honestly pretty much sure I have a pregnant woman in every single one of my classes when I'm coaching. But it's great. It's great for their overall health, things like that. Some women can be a little hesitant to participate in our workouts when they are pregnant, but it's always highly recommended. And based off the history of the women I've had since working, it's always beneficial for them during and after. But we always provide options. You know, not everyone's going to be walking in our doors with a certain level of fitness or a certain history of health. We have people with heart disease, shoulder issues, knee issues, lower back issues. I know even Amanda had her share of orthopedic issues, but we are more than welcome and qualified to work around those orthopedic issues to ensure that you are getting that personalized workout for you, but also getting the best workout that you can within your limits.
Yeah, that's good to know.
I have a question. Are the trainings all done within a group, or do you do any private trainings?
They are all done within a group. So the OrangeTheory background is we don't offer like open gym hours. It's just strictly a schedule of classes, and those classes are the same throughout the day. So let's say Christina took her workout at 5 in the morning. Laurie decided to go after work at 7 at night. They're both doing the same workout, but let's say Amanda goes the next day. Her workout is going to be a little bit different, but they are just fitness classes. Now, even though it's a group training environment, some people come into our workouts thinking that they're not going to get enough personal attention, and that is true. The more people you have in the room, the more or less opportunity that the instructor has to give people a certain amount of attention. But me being the head coach of the studio, I always try to bring on coaches to my team that I feel like are qualified enough to handle, all that multitasking of running around, monitoring people's heart rates, things like that, while still giving everybody, each and every member in that room, the attention that they feel they deserve or they might want and need within a 1-hour workout.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there's something to be said about working out with a group of people. I know for me, I am very hard at motivating myself, which is why OrangeTheory works for me, because I am surrounded by other people who are working just as hard as I am. And, there's music playing and everyone's kind of motivating each other for the whole hour. So, it's like much more of it's not an individual workout. Like everyone's kind of participating together and vibing off of each other's energy, which is always really good.
Yeah, getting in the door, getting through the door is sometimes the hardest part of it. And as I kind of talked about earlier, we try to diminish that competitive connotation that the group workouts can sometimes have. So we cover all fitness levels. So we want each person to walk into our doors knowing that they don't feel like some people are competitive, and that's how they get a better workout, which is okay. But we want people to walk into our doors feeling as comfortable as they can, knowing that, I'm just going to focus on me. But like Amanda said, it does help to have those people surrounding you. So a common theme that I've seen from, let's say I have someone taking their first workout with me, they're a little bit nervous, I don't know how I'm going to be doing. Do I need to be running as fast or lifting as heavy of weights as these people around me? Everyone's going to be in shape, and I'm going to be the only one that's, out of shape and things like that. People get a little nervous. And then what I see down the road, maybe a few weeks or even a month down the road, I start to notice the confidence level of that person, increasing. And I'll ask them, how do things feel now? It's really nice working out with these people because it's not competitive, but, you see someone else working and really pushing themselves. So you're thinking, all right, like I can do this too. And that mixed with me or the instructor, on the microphone or even off the microphone trying to motivate you and, give you that personal attention saying like, hey, you can do this, is super, super motivating in the 1 hour workouts.
Austin, is there an age range that you're dealing with?
So we cover all fitness levels and all age ranges. So we go as young as 14 with a guardian, and then 16 on your own. And then we have all fitness levels. So the couple that comes to my mind when I think of an older couple is Cheryl and Joel Berger. I honestly don't know their age, but I believe they're one of our older clientele. But they come in, they do what they can, and they're in super, super great shape. And so we cover all age groups, anything that you can kind of think of.
So is there a cap to how many people can join a class? Like, do you have to sign up ahead of time? If a class fills up, is it full for that time slot? How does that work? Yeah, so it is reservation based. So each studio is going to be a little bit different depending on the space that they have available. Doylestown, we are blessed with a good amount of space compared to most other OrangeTheories. So we have 14 stations available. So that's 14 treadmills, 14 floor stations, and 14 water rowers. So we have 2 options for a class. Some of our more popular times. We obviously want to get more people into the doors and get people their great workout. But most of our classes are called 2G classes. So we'll hold a capacity of 28. And then we have certain popular times, like I just mentioned, which we consider 3G classes, which we actually open up to 39 people. So the workouts are made through corporate, and then each day they're different, but we have options of whether we're going to run a 2-group class or a 3-group class. And on our typical schedule, we let members know or prospects know what certain times are going to be 2 groups or 3 groups. Some people, prefer not to have a lot of people in the room, which is perfectly okay. The room can fill up, but again, we try to, no matter the capacity, we try to make everyone feel as comfortable as they can. But we can have up to either 28 or 39 people in our Doylestown location specifically. Okay. And where is that Doylestown location? Where is that in Doylestown?
The address is 1661 Easton Road. So we are like on the borderline. Our address is actually technically Warrington, but we call ourselves Doylestown. We're in that shopping center off of 611, across from Casey Prime. There's the new Giant in there. Uno's. There used to be a Sears there. Sears closed down, but we're in that shopping center.
Okay. And so you were talking about 2-group, 3-group classes for a beginner coming in who's never done OrangeTheory before, what kind of class would you recommend they start with?
So we open our doors to everybody. So we're never going to deny anyone a certain class. My personal recommendation is if their schedule allows it and that person has the availability to attend a class that is a 2G, that is what I would typically recommend, solely based off the fact that if you have less people in the room, then the coach has the opportunity to give you a little bit more attention, especially for your first workout, because we don't want anyone walking out of our doors saying, like, I felt like I was just another person in the room. We want them to feel, like they actually got a lot of personal attention and they feel comfortable to come back for another workout.
Yep, that makes sense. All right. Does anybody else have any more questions for Austin?
I have one more. What are some of the things that you're seeing people use as like their at-home weights?
Surprisingly, I've seen a lot of people with actually their own sets of free weights, things like that. One thing I think is utilized a lot is that backpack that I talked about. That's a good tool to use because you have the option to you decide how many books you want to put into it or how heavy that capacity is going to increase to. Some of our workouts, the videos that we play with our Zoom workouts that we're guiding people through, you'll see them holding things like cans of beans, boxes of water. Yeah, I use beans. A can of baked beans in my demonstration the other day, and that's why we give relative weight recommendations. So we're never saying let's get this 20-pound dumbbell, or you need something that's going to be 25 pounds. We'll just give light, heavy, or medium weight recommendations. So you can use baked beans. Gallon water bottles are a good tool, especially because it's something that has a handle. Resistance bands or mini bands are a good tool to have as well. Even something like a chair, there's a lot of things that can be done with a chair, and that's a common tool that's incorporated into our workouts a lot. But even just body weight, a lot of our exercises are going to be body weight options as well, because we not only want to be a resource for people to come get their workouts, but we also want to educate people on the opportunities of the apparatus that you could possibly have in your home or your apartment that you actually can use. So if someone can walk out of our workouts thinking, oh, I actually didn't realize I could do this with just my own body weight, or I can use a chair to use for all these exercises, that's going to be a win for me or a win for us. I don't know if that answers your question. Hey, Ramsey.
He was napping, not anymore. But speaking of resistance bands, don't order any because Nate has some here and I will give you them.
Okay.
All right. Well, this has been awesome. I kind of want to try OrangeTheory now.
I think you should.
Yeah.
You order a Laurie Dau Team discount? Just kidding. If we all do it?
Good question.
Well, we can try one of the Zoom ones free first while the quarantine is still going on. So I will, for everyone on Facebook, I will post the picture of the schedule in the comments on this. I'll also post Austin's Facebook page. So be sure to go follow him for updates on workouts and stuff like that. So yeah, does anybody have anything else, or shall we close it?
Well, following up on that, if you guys find me on social media, what I do is the day before my scheduled workout. So I teach on Wednesdays and Sundays. On Tuesdays and Saturdays, that's where I'll post a preview of the equipment that you might need. So that's why it would be a good option to find me on social media, because then you'll go into the workout and not have to scramble for equipment. You'll just kind of know I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this for tomorrow's workout.
Perfect. All right, everybody go follow Austin on Facebook.
Okay.
And I will post that information in just a second. And thank you all for watching. Thank you, Austin. This was
Thank you, Austin.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you
Austin.
so much for having me, ladies. It's great to meet some of you for the first time. Laurie, it was great to meet you finally.
You too. It's been 4 years, and
Yeah.
Maybe face to face one of these days.
yeah, maybe in one
Maybe
of
in
your
an Orange
classes.
Theory class.
This is true, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much. We
All right,
appreciate it.
thanks, Austin. This was great.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.